Welcome to More Than Me 2.2, Life Litter, Wear Gloves. So if you didn't watch the adulting one, this is the fact that life happens. Life has unpleasant things. Life has messy things. And how do we protect ourselves and keep things a little tidier? Usually with insurance. Critical illness insurance, disability insurance. These things protect our ability to get treatment for ourselves and keep the rest of our finances whole and replace lost income in the event of an accident or an illness. Who cares? Or who gives? If somebody's caring for you because you've added somebody to your life journey, what happens when you get sick? They care for you. They're going to care that you are sick. They're probably going to want to help you get better. What's that going to look like? Usually it means time off work. Now, if you have an illness or an accident and cannot provide the income stream that you did before, that person is also going to be financially impacted because you are contributing to the pot. It's not just you anymore. Wow. And what if you decide to add somebody to your life journey and they're bringing money to the pot because they have an income stream, and say they get cancer and can't work or need a really expensive treatment? Would you put money towards that treatment? Are you able to bear the burden of the finances for the two of you with your income alone? If the answer to any of these things are I don't know, good thing you're watching the video. Let's have a conversation about that. Critical illness gives you a chunk of money if you are diagnosed with one of the either 3 critical illnesses of cancer, stroke, or heart attack, or the more robust plans add another 22 illnesses to that, including possibly dementia, organ transplant, severe burns, number of things. If you have one of those diagnoses and you live, there's a chunk of money that pays out to you so that you can maybe pay for treatment that's not covered, maybe use it to cover travel costs, maybe use it to cover somebody else's lost income because they've taken time off work to take you to appointments or to help you get better. Or the same for you for another person. If you would do that for another person, perhaps critical illness insurance on that other person becomes very important. Because if you would stop going to work to take care of them, who's replacing your income stream? Now, disability insurance is another great tool because, again, let's use our cancer situation. So that's money from critical illness possibly to come and help with those extra expenses. What about that lost income for the person who has cancer? So if you have a disability policy, you could have monthly income replacement from your disability policy because it replaces lost income once you meet the waiting period. Again, I will refer you to the insurance video for more details on that. But the gist is you're covering some of your lost income, and then hopefully a critical illness payment is helping cover those treatments and your partner's lost income because they're taking time off for you. Or again, disability insurance and critical illness insurance for your partner because of the impact on the team. And that's really where we go back to is the team is who cares or who gives? And how are we replacing some of that to keep the team whole? Where do I or we want to live? If you're not okay being disrupted from your home, then you either need to make sure those rent payments are still continuing or those mortgage payments are continuing. Gain critical illness insurance and disability insurance. I'm sure you can see how those would be very useful in helping to make sure that you can stay in your own home and continue making those payments and installments. Again, if you have car payments, making those payments. And for how long? Well, critical illnesses are not all the same. Some people can recover very quickly depending on the illness, and some people will never recover. There's no magic here. You can't know. We know life's going to happen. We just don't know what or when or for how long. That's where needs analysis with an advisor is really important. To ask them to help you figure out what coverage might be reasonable for your situation and for what you imagine your recovery might look like. Same with disability insurance. How long do you need that income covered for if something disrupts it? The important thing again here is to remember that you're not alone. You have a partner, and that is a wonderful thing. But you do need to have the discussion of how that's going to look to help one another and keep the whole unit whole.